Props go to Chris Stuckman for offering this. I saw his top 5 reasons to watch Edge of Tomorrow, which I already saw. That ending, damn. That could give it a 5 out of 5, but unfortunately that ending screwed it over. Yeah, reasons to watch Edge of Tomorrow. But I'm going to talk about reasons to watch Mad Max Fury Road. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have enough followers. Who the hell's really going to watch me in the theaters? So I decided to check out. So I decided, well, what could I do? Like, could do something like that? Okay, what I mean is, what kind of reasons are there to watch Mad Max Fury Road? What exactly are the reasons? And unfortunately, this thing is not a lot of theaters, and yes, I would have liked something like that, but there are some reasons why I want to watch it. Why I want you guys to watch it. First reason. It's refreshing action popcorn entertainment. It's just something new. Well, nothing really, but it's an action movie that has a lot more going for it than today's action blockbusters. It just offers up a lot more imagination, creativity, but also offers up its own way of creating a world without really setting up a franchise in the most cliche and forced way possible. It just offers up a lot of world building. You see some characters that you want to see more of. You want to see more adventures from these characters, but also you really see you see something interesting. You see something refreshing to watch, even if it is part of a franchise, which we always get tired of. But this is not even close from being these typical franchise reboots, sequels, remakes, prequels, anything like that. Any sort of installment in a franchise. It's just something. It's completely different from the usual suspects. It really does. What I mean is, like, it's so different from the usual pack and the usual offerings that alone is worth the price of admission. 2, the action. The action is fantastic in the movie. I mean, not only do you have some great cinematography and some great wide shots and some beautiful visuals, but you also have some brilliant action thanks to a lot of practical effects, mostly practical effects in this movie. Holy shit! And the action is so over the top, but it's so unique and so different that the thrills are just good. It's also a non-stop thrill ride for 2 hours. And it works perfectly. Seriously, you gotta give credit to George Miller for that. 3, you have a director who's experienced in the line of action. George Miller has been involved created the series, and he did the original 3 films. Third one I don't like. I thought it was okay. It was a 3 out of 5. But I do love the first 2. They're very well done. They're great. The first one is a low-budget revenge thriller that's just really fun. Also some cool world building, over-the-top oddball characters, cool action sequences. The second one truly was a major improvement of the first one, and it's one of my favorite action movies of all time. It's just so much testosterone-fueled fun, so over-the-top and insane, just like this one. Fury Road has George Miller's touch, with not only having an R rating, but also just being over the top and crazy. It truly works in its favor. It's not only incredibly fun, but also it's just flat out over the top and insane, and it'll probably satisfy high octane action junkies. That's really something I really like. 4. Mostly the cast, but mainly Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron. She's probably the best female action hero since Rita Rose Vitaski in Edge of Tomorrow last year. That film fell under the radar, but really she offered up a strong, independent female character. There was no sort of forced romance between another character in there. She's truly strong and independent, but she's also a damaged character. She's a character that is actually the real main character, not Max. Is that a bad thing? Well, for me, no. It actually kind of works. I mean, you offer up a strong female character who can carry the film on her own. And while Max does also offers up weight, she offers up the most weight from a dramatic standpoint and from her character. It works perfectly. Really, just the main cast is great. I mean, you have people like Tom Hardy is a good successor for Mel Gibson. Sure, he is very quiet, but of course, his character is also damaged, and I think it's his facial expressions and really his physical actions that really sell him. That really sell his performance. And I think he did a great job. And I'd like to see him more in the sequels and prequels and all that shit. Just any more installments in the franchise. Also, I mean, you do have Nicholas Hoult, who actually has been stretching his acting muscles, and he's just over the top and insane, but also he offers up heart and humor. It's kind of cool. Hugh Keys-Byrne, I believe, that's how you pronounce his name. Is Immortan Joe, the main villain. He's pretty. I mean, his design is really disturbing, kind of scary. But he's also just a villain that's just really insane, just really over the top. But luckily, that works in the film's favor because it's known for its over the top, strange characters and for having its own real style. It doesn't really copy any real styles. It's just really original on its own. It offers up a lot more differentiation from the wolf pack and all that. I don't know. I'm trying to get some of these phrases that don't really work. Comment below if you know any phrases that really help. Another reason, I think it's like 5, right? 5. It's better than all the other shit we get this year. Also, it's why not only do you get action that you can see clearly, but you also get something with a lot more personality to it. Like the character, I mean, like it has a lot more visual storytelling. It has a lot more. It has some clever world building. You have characters that are engaging to the story. They're so much fun to watch. But also, there's a lot more to it. There's actually a lot more of a narrative to it than you may think. Sure, you may think it's like a 2-hour car chase, but there is a lot of character to it. There's a lot of bizarre personalities that clash in the movie. And really, it works perfectly. Jersey's so cute. At least she's calmed down. She was going crazy earlier. It's a really fun movie. It's fun, and the character, there's a lot of imagination to it. Also, the visuals are beautiful. There's so much, I mean, like, whenever it's like day, there's a lot of emphasis on red and orange, and it just looks so beautiful. It's very appealing to the eye. In nighttime scenes, they use a lot of dark blue, and that works. That works too, because it just looks really, really nice. The action is just so exhilarating and insane. Such great suspense, but also there's a sense of vulnerability to the characters. A thing that really hurts action films is that there's like the characters feel like they just can't really get damaged. They can't really get injured or anything. There's just they're like superhumans. Like Neo in the Matrix sequels. The biggest problem is that whenever he was in the Matrix, he could pretty much destroy anything and not really get killed. Or really suffer any real damage. Reload is a better example of that, even though Revolutions is the worst. Fuck. That was an insult to the franchise. Such a disappointing ending. Another thing that I do, but yeah, these are characters with vulnerability. It's like like Max and Furiosa are just so damaged from their past. 'Cause, I mean, like Tom Hardy, like Max, he suffers these these flashbacks, kind of hallucinations, and it's just haunting him. You don't know much about him. I would love to see elaborations on that in later installments, but it still worked for me. It's very fun. It's very fun to watch. Just seeing all this chaos happen. This is my last reason. Number 6. It is fucking awesome. I love this movie. It's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite of the year so far, because I'm debating between this and Inside Out. It works so perfectly. It's such a refreshing piece of action. I mean, it's a refreshing action film. I mean, it's not just the same thing anymore. You may say like a 2-hour car chase, but they offer up so much creativity towards its premise, and they actually get more of a story. They actually get a lot more out of it than you may think. There's a lot more to the film. There's a lot more with the film than you may think, judging from the premise and from the trailers. There's so much fun. There's actually a lot of character to it. It actually has a pretty good story in there. There's actually some emotional moments in there. It actually has emotional depth to it. There's some good characters. There's some engaging characters, and it's so much fun. I mean, nonstop. There are times when the film slows down, but the pace still moves so well. It moves so well at a great pace. The cast is great. There's some great characters. The villain is cool, not from a physical standpoint, but he's just so threatening with his physical appearance. Like, when I mean physical, like fighting, yeah, sure, he can fight a lot. It's also just so violent and just incredibly insane. That's just what works in the film's favor. I mean, it's just so over the top and crazy. I mean, all like explosions, not like a Michael Bay explosion fest. No. Because at least the action sequences are never boring. They never feel drawn out. They're just so much fun because there's always a sense of danger for the characters because they're not superhumans. They can get hurt badly. You'll know what I'm saying when you see the film. They can get hurt. I mean, they're not invincible to anything, to the environment around them. The environment, I mean, everything really is a character to it. The environment is a character. The characters themselves have a lot of personality to them. There's even a guy who's just crazy. There's like a guy who's blindfolded and plays a guitar, and there's flames shooting right out of this, out of like the, there's like a gas, there's actually like a gas canister I think attached to it whenever he's like, you know, playing any high riffs. Like the staff of the guitar, I think it's called. I don't know, comment below. Like whenever he's playing, sometimes he'll just shoot out fire, and it's just so cool the way it looks. It's just so good. There's also some good CGI. I actually, when I looked at a before-after photo of Mad Max, like a couple scenes of Mad Max, there's actually a lot more CGI than I thought there was, and it's beautiful. It looks really good. It looks really real. That's major credit. And although the film was a success, I feel like it should have been more successful. Because, I mean, come on. It's really fun to watch. Because, I mean, also, if you look at Pitch Perfect 2, really, it was not even that good compared to this. It's just not real. I thought it was a fun movie, but really, Mad Max has more going for it. Mad Max really has a lot of character, and there's so much more to get out of it. Sure, these are completely two different films, but the thing is, I had more fun with Mad Max than Pitch Perfect 2. Doesn't really matter anyway, because I mean, I can still judge a film. Because I mean, sure, they're different genres, but to be honest, Pitch Perfect 2 kind of was more of the same as the first one. Wasn't that funny, and really was not all that. I mean, it was pretty funny actually, but not as funny as the first one. Let's just leave it at that. There are some subplots that they could have expanded upon. The problem is they kind of made kind of like an average, like a slightly above average comedy sequel, which you don't want that. Jersey. She just loves to cry, especially when I'm upstairs. What's your problem? You want food or something? Let me finish the video. She's gonna start attacking this tripod. I just know it's gonna start moving around. She did that earlier. No, she's too calm to do that. I should just bring it. Anyways, guys, yeah, there are reasons I gave you for seeing Mad Max Fury Road, and it's just really, I do recommend you guys see it. Maybe check it out on home video or something like that. Rent it. Hopefully it's still in theaters at this time. You can still see it. And also, I really want you guys to check it out. Gain this bigger following. Sure, they already have sequels in development. And it was a box office success, don't get me wrong, but I think it could have been more successful than it should have been, like around $400 million worldwide at least. But no, 346, I think. It was almost 350 million worldwide. And while it is more than the budget of 150, still, I would have liked better than that. I would have liked more. Same for Chris Stuckman, he wanted more. We have another Edge of Tomorrow on our hands, and it's just so sad. Give original. Let me get another reason out there. 7, I guess? Maybe not. I mean, I'll just add on to it. This film is sure, it's based on a property, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels more original. It feels like an original project. And I feel like, does it have to hurt to see films that are so different from the usual offerings of today? Because we get the same shit over and over again. Why not have a film with a lot more narrative to it, heart, humor, a lot more fun to it, just a lot more value than you may think, especially from action films today with all the crappy shaky cam and quick cuts. There's some fantastic editing and fantastic cinematography. It's just so wide shots and so beautiful to look at. You can see the action. You can see it in all of its glory. It captures the scale of it. Another thing I really like, and another thing that pisses me off is, I mean, really, give some original films a chance. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to give an independent film a chance. There are independent films that are good. Just because independent films feel like, oh, it's going to be so slow and boring. That's not always the case, dipshit. Give independent films a chance. Give horror films a chance. Okay, sure, horror films are sometimes successful, but they're not good really. They're not really good anymore. I only saw part of The Babadook. I haven't finished it. I've seen The Conjuring. We all have. Either a 4.5 or a 5 out of 5. I also liked It Follows. Point is, give this a chance. Just because it looks weird or something like that doesn't mean it's not worth of a chance. I mean, Mad Max fans are probably looking forward to it. Oh my god, another new Mad Max film. Yes, from George Miller. Come on, man. That guy's like 70. And he did something fantastic. Favorite film of the year. Well, one of my favorite films of the year so far. Favorite action film of the decade? I don't think so. I mean, you have, Dark Knight Rises, Inception. I don't know. Anyways, guys, yeah, this film should be given a chance. Kind of like Star Wars Episode 7. People are being so crazy over like like the lightsaber in the form that has like, two lights coming out the side of it, kind of like exhaust ports. Who cares, guys? It's being faithful to the original aesthetic of the original trilogy, combining both practical and special effects. Also, there's also a little bit more diversity in it. Who cares about Black Stormtrooper in there? You might as well get some more diversity in it. We had Lando in the Empire Strikes Back. What's wrong with Black Stormtrooper? We never even really knew who really was behind the helmets of the Stormtroopers. Enough being racist and shit. You guys are assholes, or you're still being racist. 21st century. Screw you all. Screw you, racist. Fuck yourself. Anyways, guys, point is, give a film a chance. Even if it looks like it could not be all that good, maybe you can give it a chance. John Wick had a weird premise, but I really liked it. It was a great action movie. It was a lot of fun. Maybe a 5 out of 5. You're a 4.5. What? I think you should really give this film a chance. Really do that. Anyways, guys, it's just me giving reasons to watch Mad Max Fury Road. Comment below. Do you have any other reasons that I missed? Do you think some original films need to be given a chance? Do you think there's some films that deserve to be given a chance and not just be overlooked? Because there are several films that are overlooked, actually, or just not as successful as they could have been. Comment below and subscribe to my channel for more videos.